Welcome to another episode of Shop Happenings. Lots going on this month. We are really in depth with this toy construction. We're looking at our planer area here, and there's multiple projects going on. We've taken some 2x4s, which are right here, and we've planed these down to 1 inch thick. They will become the wheels for the tractor, trailer, truck, and trailer. This pile of lumber immediately next to it, all of this stuff, and the wider boards. These are going to be the trailers. Right now they're glued up, some are cut to rough length. The longer boards, all of this needs to be planed down to a thickness, and then it'll get jointed and ripped and then machined into the trailer. That student's waiting to get on the planer. It's going to happen today, so he's going to get that stuff planed down to thickness and get that moving along. Over here, there's a couple projects going here at once. We've got prints here for the crate we're building. I'll show you one of those in a minute. These are going to be cabs for the bulldozer. You see these have been planed down, they've been laminated together. This happens to be some cedar that was donated to us. It's going to be really cool looking, I think, when we get it machined up. So those will be the cabs for the bulldozer. If I run over here, more cabs for the bulldozer. These are finished planing, just like the other pieces were. In our glue up area, right here our clamps are all set. These are all glued up. These are the cabs for the tractor trailer. They just got glued yesterday afternoon. That student has more stuff over here. There's 4 more boards here. These are all glued up as well. So that's coming along nicely. If I come over here to our router's got 2 projects going at once. We have to do 2 different G54 offsets for our projects here. This project right here is a cutting board. It's something we do every year. We've been doing it for years. And Kodama 3D in Freeville, New York gave us a whole bunch of this plastic, and we make cutting boards out of it. It's HDPE, food grade plastic, and we can make cutting boards out of it, and it's just an amazing project. A really good introduction for CNC work. My freshmen do. We're right in the midst of programming that now. They should be machining later this week. On the other side of the table are the router set up to make the wheels for our tractor trailer. There's 16 wheels per tractor trailer. I know it's supposed to be an 18-wheeler, but we've got to make, let's see, 160 wheels so that everybody gets wheels. So this is happening here. We just made our first wheels yesterday. What we do, and probably a bad process, but it really works well for us, we don't have a spoil board or a magnetic table, so what we do is we machine most of the way through or halfway through, and right now our file's screwed up. Worked with OptiPro. They helped us yesterday with our post to get this to set right. It was actually part of our machine definition that needed work. So this is going to get fixed. And what we're going to do is we machine about halfway through, a little more than halfway we try to, and then we just finish it up on the bandsaw. It takes the student about 2 minutes to just rough this out. Then we'll drill a hole in this. We'll lay out and drill a hole. Once that hole is drilled, we'll make a jig or a fixture for the sander. We'll just clean up the edges. Works really well. So these are the wheels. That's our first one, 159 to go. Pretty exciting. If I come over here, we're going to find other projects going on. This, I forget what this is. These 2x6s need to be machined down and planed down. It's going to be the back of the lowboy trailer. There's a step up on the lowboy trailer that has to happen, and that's going to be for that. Here we've got some finished parts. These are pretty cool. These are bumpers. So this was scrap wood given to us by somebody. It happens to be a piece of black walnut. So we have bumpers for the back trailer. We're going to use our laser engraver, engrave in here oversized load. Hopefully that turns out well. This is part of the trailer coupling for where the trailer is going to go, and this sits, I think, like this on the trailer like that, and that'll match the angle of the trailer deck, and then this will have another piece attached to it where my thumb is that'll allow the trailer to go together, make it so it's one solid unit. We've got our fifth wheel holder here. This is already completed. Student finished this up, and that same student had 2 parts. He also had the frame for the tractor. So here's the frame for the tractor. This has been planed, jointed, ripped, cut to length, and he's got 6 holes, 3 on each side drilled. These are the holes where the wheels will mount for the truck. So that's pretty exciting. The engine will go here, the cab, the 5th wheel will go back here. There's a mount that another student's making that'll attach to this that the trailer will sit on. It's just really exciting. This part that you see earlier actually goes in the trailer like this, and that's where the kingpin will go. The kingpin will go here. Somebody still hasn't made that yet, which that might get shifted to another student because some students have 2 parts. Over here in one of our track machines, we set up, this is the, I forget the part name, but this is moving along nicely. These are little brackets that'll go between the push arms and the blade of the bulldozer. So that's what these are. He's drilling holes, then he's got a machine on a curve, which will go next. So this is all scrap wood that was donated to us by Stackmore. Unfortunately, they're no longer in business. They were a great company. They made all sorts of folding chairs. So that was pretty cool. If I run over here to our OKK milling machine donated by Stork out of Ithaca, we got these discs that were given to us by a company in Lancaster, New York. It was, Casey Machine Tool gave these to us. So they gave us a whole bunch of this scrap disc they had left over from a project. We're going to machine off the flat and machine a student's initial in this. As you can see, the vise here has been machined out so that it fits this really nice, and that'll get tightened in, and then we'll machine off the top of that, and we'll make basically some kind of paperweight or something that's got their initial in it, and they can make more than one of these if they want. We've got a lot of that material. We run over here to our manual lathe, one of our manuals. Oops, let's stop here first. Here, this student's boring out a hole in a piece of 1/2-inch aluminum, and what that's going to be is the exhaust pipe for our bulldozer. This is one of the pieces that's done. It's got a hole drilled in it. All he has to do now, we're going to put it in a collet block, and we're going to machine a 45-degree angle on that to match our print here. So this is coming along really nicely. We have another student that spent a lot of time on our CNC lathe. You saw that in another video. What he's done now is he's taking this part, which is our air cleaner, and I hope this shows up on video, but he's knurling the edge of that to make it look like it's a real air cleaner. And it's coming out really cool. He just finished the first one yesterday. Got a little tweaking to do. I was helping him with that, and I messed up a little bit and didn't get our knurling tool square, but we're going to get that fixed today, and he's going to make a bunch of those today, I hope. And he finished those on our CNC lathe. Over here in our Miltronics VM24, part's not in it right now. What this student is making is he's using this setup, and he's making the right and left bulldozer tracks that we're calling them. That's being done in this machine. That's coming along really nice. We'll show you those in a minute. This will be a 5th wheel mount. This little pile of lumber here. He just got these jointed up, so we're going to rip this, cut them. This is a rough length now. It's something that's easy for us to joint. It'll get ripped and then cut in half, and that'll become the 5th wheel, actually the gooseneck for the trailer. So we're going to make a CNC program out of this to cut this out, so it's going to come out real nice. Over here, some of our scrap wood. This is scrap left over from chairs we made last year, and we got a whole bunch of this, so we rip out defect and glue it together and make solid panels, and then we rip it into parts. These are slats for crates we're making. I'll show you one of those in a second. Over here, our go-kart's coming along nicely. We don't see a lot of change, but there's tons and tons of work being done here. A lot of little layout and a little tweaking, a little fixing, and this is really coming along nice. And I'm excited to show you the progress of that. If I take a step past the go-kart into our foundry area, we just poured yesterday. You'll see a mold here. It's got a small piece and a bigger piece in there. I think they came out really well. The pour went awesome yesterday. That was really good. So that's all done, and hopefully we can make progress with that. If I run over here, our CNC lathe just finished up. You saw parts, the air cleaner. That just got finished up yesterday. Finished making those parts, so they're done, and it's moving along nicely. Here's some more Stackmore chair parts. These little pieces right here are parts for the crate we're making. The crates we're making, these are 4 of them stacked right up. The only thing they need yet is the bottoms put in. So right now we can see right down through the bottom, but they'll have bottoms put in them. Same slats as that go on the side here will go on the bottom, and we'll make these up. The part I show you just previous to this are for these slats, and they'll just get ripped in half. They come out really nice. Again, this is all scrap wood. This is all stuff that we'd normally throw away, or it was donated to us. The frame here goes around the outside. That was lumber given to us by Stackmore, and Stackmore unfortunately is no longer in business, but I really thank them for thinking of us and giving those pieces to us. It's made this crate a completely free project to the school, other than a little bit of glue and some air nails. Over here you can see some frames being put together. So here's one of our end frames. You see our air nailer here. You see some more slats here. They're ready to go together. So these 2 pieces will be put together in a framework, and those slats will attach them. Over here you can see that we've got a frame that's almost done yet. So these are, 3 sides are done. The 4th side needs to be put on. There's 2 frames without slats. So things are moving along nice with the crates. The fenders for the tractor are here. Students, yesterday we used some layout dye. As you can see this, layout dye. We can see that piece is blue. We layout dyed that using a pattern that we printed off on our printer. We were able to trace it on there, cut out a really good one, use that as our pattern now. It's easier to trace with a scratch awl, and he's got all his rough pieces here. So this is coming along nice. Yesterday, in probably 10 minutes, he cut out 2 more, and they look nice. I think I'm going to be pleased with how that turns out, and I think he is too. Those are going to be the fenders for the truck. Over here, these parts just got finished yesterday or the day before. These are in rough shape, or rough stock, I should say, for the engine for the bulldozer. So we've got a glue up here. It's a lamination. This was scrap wood left over that was given to us from those the panels that are here. Those are those study carrels from Ithaca College. They got ripped into boards like this. This is a glue up, and this is going to be the engine for the bulldozer. There's the prints for it. Got a lot of CNC machining. There's the radiator to put in. You'll see the motor over here, the motor over here. Then we got to make a cutout here to let the bulldozer cab sit in. And the cab's going to be made out of that cedar, so we'll have some red oak engine, a cedar cab. There's going to be some maple hydraulic tanks on each side. So it's going to look really cool, the different lumber and the setup there. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I can show you. One more stop, or 2 more stops I should say. Here's the left bulldozer frame. As you can see, that's been machined. That was going on in our Miltronics. That was really cool how that turned out. We'll try to get a video of that. But this is how those are turning out. This is the left side. We have to make a right side as well. So these are all getting machined in the Miltronics. What he's doing right now, he's just kind of touching up stuff with a sander, and we're going to finish up the faces of these hopefully today. So they're coming along really, really nice. Last project I'm going to show you, and then we'll jump in and look at some architecture. This table is full of all the parts we need for our machinist chests. So these are all the drawer pieces. They're all machined, and again, that was all out of that study carrel stuff. We're able to rip out defect and make those into parts. And then that pile of wood right there on that cart, those are all the boxes or the cabinet portion of that machinist chest. So they're coming along really nice. There's another part here in one of our track machines. This is that 5th wheel frame I was telling you about that goes on the framework for the truck. What he's doing now is edge finding out so he can find the center of a hole he has to drill here, and that's where the kingpin's going to sit in. So that'll just get glued and screwed to the frame of the truck, and then the kingpin will sit in the hole. So we're real excited about that. Just yesterday in my applied physics course, we were looking at how electricity works and how electrical generation works. And what we did is we took a power supply, ran it to an electric motor. We ran that electric motor and spun a belt. We measured the output of that generator because we're basically turning a DC motor with another DC motor. We measured that output on our oscilloscope so we could see how DC power looks. It makes a really cool little bumpy line because as the magnet and the coil of wire spins together, it does that. Makes a little bumpy line in our oscilloscope, which is really cool. We also used the oscilloscope to measure the voltage of a battery and see how DC voltage is just a straight line. It can be positive or negative depending on how we hook this up or how it's made, and it's really cool how that works. We have a digital multimeter, and also we used our function generator to generate a 60 hertz sine wave, just like we use the electricity here in the United States. We used to generate a sine wave that we could see on our oscilloscope so we could see the difference between AC and DC. So that's something we did yesterday in my applied physics course. Lastly, I did want to show you what we're doing in architecture. Architecture is really cool. The students make their dream homes. This is one that's on paper. We always start on paper. I wish this showed up better on camera. This is a really good job, really good work. This drawing is done. This student has made a rectangular home with a wraparound porch. It's going to be under cover, so when she gets down her 2nd floor, we'll have a roof that comes over. That'll all be done in CAD, but she's got all her dimensions in, all the door symbols done. I require ADA accessibility, so she has an ADA entry that's accessible. She also has a bathroom that's accessible. So this is a really good work, and her north arrow is pretty cool. She's a big advocate, or a big softball player, so she drew a softball bat and a softball, and that's headed north. So this is really cool. All my students are coming along really nice. All their houses are really cool. I'd like to show you all of them. That might be another video. But I hope you enjoyed this one. Please stay tuned for more updates. We're moving along quickly. Thanks for watching.